Alright, welcome to How to Run This Town. I'm going to teach you how to run this town. This town in particular is La Crosse, Wisconsin. It might be helpful for other towns, but I'm not going to talk about them specifically, and there's going to be some pretty specific information in here that's not going to help if you're not in La Crosse, but I don't know, it might give you an idea. So there's a couple things you got to know about how to run this town. This video is kind of the owners and operators manual for the city. So welcome in. So the first thing you got to know about is Legistar. It's cityoflacrosse.legistar.com. If you go here, it's going to pull up this confusing looking window. So what's going on here? All right, you got this is where all of the boards, commissions, committees, legislation, agenda items, anything that the city decides that it's going to do is going to go through Legistar sooner or later, right? So there's a couple of windows or columns here. So let's see here. We've got the first column is the name. This is the name of the committee that is doing the thing or having the meeting, right? So this big window is all the meetings that the city is having. Next columns are meeting date, meeting time, meeting location. And then these ones are all in the future, so they don't have any meeting details yet. Like this one's in October. It's currently August. But this one has meeting details because the meeting has been planned and there's things on the agenda. So you can see an agenda packet, or this is just an agenda. An agenda packet is if there's a lot going on in the meeting, you might have an agenda packet. But it's basically just the meeting details. So let's go ahead and pick one of these. How about the Board of Public Works? They're going to have a meeting on August 26, 2024, which is in the future from when this video is recorded. So you got to click on Meeting Details to go to that meeting, right? So you can see we're now in the meeting date. This window here is the meeting date and time for this particular meeting. And these four things down here are the agenda items for that meeting. So let's go through them here. We got file number. This is extremely important. 24-0935. You got to know the file number if you're going to talk about any piece of city legislation or agenda items. This is how you know which one you're talking about, right? So name. This is the name of the agenda item. This is a pretty good indication of what it is. And then the title is just maybe a bit more descriptive. There's no action or result because this is a meeting in the future, so there isn't one. If we click on an agenda item, on the number, you can see here we are into a specific agenda item, 24-1160. This is a request. This file was created on August 20th. It's on the agenda at the Board of Public Works for August 26th. What's the title? Approval of sign design and locations for Here North project. And then here's some attachments. These are all going to be PDFs. You get a lot of if it's a piece of, if it's an ordinance or piece of legislation or something, the text of it will be in the attachments here. If there's a staff report by city staff, that report will be in here. Public comments, they'll all be in this section here. So this is where you find out what's going on, right, with a piece of legislation. How do you get a public comment into Legistar? You send an email to the city clerk, mention the agenda item number, preferably in the subject line. That makes it pretty straightforward which agenda item you're talking about. And then they'll plop that right in here for you. Whatever you want to say. It doesn't have to be a novel. It could just be I support this, I oppose that, whatever. That's fine. You can also send an email to the entire city council with this email, or you can email individual city council members. Their emails are all on the city website. Do this a lot for everything that you're interested in. It really is a numbers game. They're going to look at which side has more comments. That's very important. So do this a lot. Okay, next, so what are these meetings? So if we run on these boards, so the other important thing to know about this is you can change what time span you're looking at. So right now I've got it set to this here, but if we go to, let's say, this week, then this is the week that I'm recording this. So here's the meetings that are all going on this week. That includes the past, right? So in fact, every single one of these meetings is in the past, probably because it's Friday. That would make sense. So what are these meetings about? Well, here you can see boards, commissions, and committees. Big old drop-down box. It's not a ton. I recommend just going through this list, just reading all the names. Most of them you're not going to know what they are, but that's fine because some of them are going to be pretty self-explanatory. Like the Arts Board, what does it do? It deals with arts. They do a lot of grant funding and stuff like that. Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee. Are you interested in bicycling and you'd like more infrastructure for bicycling or safer streets for pedestrians or whatever? Here's a committee for you. Check it out. You can go into any one of these and you can see there's no meeting this week, but is there a meeting this month? Yes, there was on the 13th. Is there a meeting next month? No. Well, there usually is one, but they just don't create the meeting until like a week before the meeting happens. So you might have to wait like 2 weeks and then come back and check. You can also just view, let's say this year, and you can see, yeah. So looks like 1/9, 2/13, 3/12, 4/9, 14. So they're all pretty much like, what is it, the second weekend, or the second, not weekend, the second week of the month. So there will probably be a meeting mid-September, right? So that's how you find out about that. And here's the Common Council meetings. They get their own tab because these are very, very important. This is the end of the road for anything. Yeah. You can also view, here's a list of all these things, and then members is all the people who are part of any board or commission or whatever. So let's click on this person, Jerome Gunderson, on the Joint Board of Harbor Commissions. Okay, there you go. If someone was on multiples, then they would, what's her name? Erin Goggin. She's a city council member, so she's on a lot of committees because she's a city council member. This is kind of their job. Okay, and that's basically Legistar. If you want to find out what's going on, you got to know about Legistar. It'll tell you. There's a lot of tools here. It's very powerful. This is the raw information about what your city is doing. You got to use Legistar if you want to know what's going on. There's a lot to it. You got to be literate in Legistar in order to be a citizen, basically. So there's a lot of committees, boards there. How do we get on them? Well, you go to cityoflacrosse.org/your-government/mayors/serving on a committee, or you can just put it into you can Bing it or DuckDuckGo it. I don't think you can Ask Jeeves it anymore. And you can just get here. There usually be an announcement by the mayor's office, by the city, when there are openings on these commissions and committees and things. This just takes you back to the Legistar, this is how you get on them. You ask, and then you get nominated, and then you get approved. I'm not sure the exact process for this, but it starts here. That's how you do it. Then the next thing you got to know is, what are the laws and rules and things that are changing? Well, here is Municode. So this is the City of La Crosse ordinances. This is the instruction manual, or this is the code, right? This is how the city. This is what the city police follow, and the courts and things like that. This is the laws. These are the ordinances. It's at library.municode.com/with/_lacrosse. You don't need the rest of this code stuff. Just library. Or you just look up lacrosse ordinances. You just you Yandex. You just go into Yandex and you search for that. It's a little outdated because I think this is published 2014, but it's been updated since then. It's not old to 2014. So over here on this panel is just a list of all the chapters of the city ordinances and other city regulations. So let's click on one like chapter 32. These are mostly in pretty plain language. Prohibition of smoking enclosed in specified places. So here's the law. Here is the law about this thing. Here you can see it was last changed in 2020, and you can just read right through it. It might be kind of complicated language. There's a lot of shalls. They like to say shall a lot. It doesn't count as a real law unless you say the word shall. So some of these are yellow because I was searching for the word fire before. Don't ask why, it doesn't matter. These are the ordinances. If you want to find out the plain text of the ordinance that the city government, city police, court system follows, here it is. It's a Municode. All right, last thing is, how do you change these things? Well, you could try asking nicely, but what do you do when that doesn't work? Because the city council and the mayor are the ones who make these decisions. Well, you get elected to office. So here's how you do that. It's through the city clerk on the website, City of La Crosse city clerk website. City clerk runs all the elections. It's all in here. So as you can see, there's a mayoral election in April, and there's a bunch of city council elections also in April. Local elections are always in April. In order to get on the ballot, you have to file some documents with the city clerk. You start circulating nomination papers December 1st in the year prior to the election, and then you have to turn in your nomination papers by the first Tuesday or something like that. I think this. I'm not sure if this is always January 7th or it's always first Tuesday. Whatever. It says it right here. I don't need to know because it says it right here. You just look it up if you want to do this, which you should. Down here, some fantastic documents about what you have to, your legal obligations, right? This ballot access checklist has a lot of, it's a checklist, it's great. You have to do a campaign finance registration statement. You have to declare your candidacy. There's some, it's just a PDF, you know. Just here's the information. There you go. So yeah, I am a candidate, blah, blah, blah. Not sure why that opened twice. Doesn't, oh God, it's terrible. Okay, there you go. You just fill this out. Give it to the city clerk. It's not that long. You can do it. I believe in you. Then you need to circulate nomination papers. This is a nomination form. You put, this one's even fillable. You can put whatever you want here, and then you just print it a bunch of times. So usually you need like, where is it? Well, somewhere in here. I think it was this one. Yeah, so this one says how many signatures you need to gather for which office. Stop doing that. Not sure. I don't know which class lacrosse is. I think we're a second or third class. Maybe fourth. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, you can see, in any case, you need like a maximum of 400 signatures for like mayor. That's very, very easy to get. And that's probably not even what the real number is. I don't know. I probably should look that up. Whatever. I'm a bad teacher. Get over it. So yeah, you just fill out this nomination form. You do the top part is the same on every single one. You go out and gather signatures from people. They sign here, print name here, address. They do have to be in the municipality that the office is going to serve. The person who circulates the signatures puts their name here, address here, date when the signatures were collected, signs it here. Usually a good idea to put the page number here. Yeah, so that's it. You do this stuff. You get on the ballot. There's usually a primary election in February. You may or may not, need to fight your way through that. And then the election is in April. And then you try to win. How do you actually win? You run a campaign. That means you got to raise some money. Usually not a lot. I mean, local election, couple $100, couple $1,000 for mayor. Not too tough. Next year, April 2025, it might be couple tens of thousands of dollars, right? It might be a big election, and then you make websites, you do media, you talk to groups, you go door to door, you make flyers, you make yard signs, you do all the campaign stuff, and then people go vote. Hopefully you win. So that's it. That's how to run this town. Go do it. Okay, bye.